Guys, the results are in. Do aim trainers work? Let's find out. What's going on, everyone? My name is Kyle and welcome back to the game department. Today's the day. Today's the day we find out if the last month of me trying out an aim trainer is going to be beneficial. If you didn't see the first part of this video, 1 month ago we asked our question, if I can use a game trainer half an hour a day, every now and then, will it make a difference over the course of a month? I don't have the time to spend 2 hours a day on an aim trainer, so for the last month, I've been doing half an hour every couple of days, whenever I get a free opportunity, to see if over the space of a month, it helps me. Now I've got a couple of different things to say about this. Over the last month, I've been able to spend a total of 8.5 hours playing Aimlab. Now, if you don't know what Aimlab is, it's a completely free aim trainer on Steam. It's super early access, but it's done a pretty great job of not getting boring over the last 4 weeks. I've used this a lot more than I thought I would. I genuinely thought after the first video, I'd play an hour or two and then just get bored with it and scrap the idea. But it is something that I feel if I have half an hour, I quickly play a couple of different things and it feels like I'm playing a game. It doesn't feel like I'm doing the training. It feels like I'm just playing a game. A nice little point and shoot, and there's a lot of other things to Aimlab that I didn't really realize was a thing. You can go through playlists, find out what other people's routines are. You can watch videos, you progress through a rank. There's a lot more things to it than I initially thought, and it's genuinely been able to keep me involved with it for the last month, which is a lot more than I thought I was going to get out of it, to be honest. So when I started with Aimlab a month ago, I did my initial training, they gauged how good I was, and they set me a rank. So the rank that they gave me was Platinum 4. Now Platinum 4 sits right here on the scale of things. You've got Bronze, Silver, Gold, Platinum, then it moves up to Ruby, Emerald, Diamond, Master, and Grandmaster. Now, we all know that I was never going to go anywhere past Platinum, but that's not relevant. So for the past 4 weeks, I've been doing the different little training modules. I've been looking at other people's playlists to see what their warm-up playlists are, different sort of sandbox environments. I've been trying as many different things as I can within the time frame that I set myself. So as a side note, whilst I've been doing the Aimlab stuff, I obviously still stream. So I've been streaming 3 days a week. I've been playing a bunch of different kinds of games, a lot of FPS games, which I'm assuming has helped me. Whether it's helped me a lot, I don't think so, but it's definitely been there. Now, one of the things that caught me off guard with Aimlab was the ability to use what they call a weapon editor. So you can start all the way from a 9mm pistol all the way through to an MP5 with an ACOG scope. You can change different kinds of weapons, change the way the recoil acts, and imitate the game that you're trying to play as best as you can. If there's a gun that you like to use on Rainbow Six Siege, for example, that behaves in a specific way, you can mimic it as best as you can with the weapon editor to get a more accurate representation of what that firearm is like in the game that you're trying to train for. So for example, if we're going to look at the weapon editor right now, we're going to click on the SCAR. Now the SCAR comes with a holographic sight. We're going to change the weapon name. We're just going to call it TGD to keep it simple. We're going to click continue. We're going to move through to the next phase. So then you come into the default state. So we're going to enable recoil. We're not going to enable the gun trail, but we are going to enable reduced spread with tap firing. So if you're spamming the trigger, it's obviously going to go everywhere. But if you're being controlled with your trigger action, then it's going to be a little bit better. So if we click on attack here, what that'll show us is how it's going to behave. You can reset to your original position and then you can try again. So you can see exactly how it's going to behave when you spam that trigger button. If you turn off your recoil, then obviously it's not going to change, it's not going to go anywhere. If you want to make more of a recoil type, so let's say the smoothness is a little bit higher, you can change that. If you want to go the maximum recoil amount, it's just going to go bananas. You want to go the recoil strength and spam the hell out of it. It's just going to be insane. Why anybody would ever use that, I don't know. But the option's there. So moving through to the zoom state, this is what it's going to look like when you have your ADS activated. So we're going to keep that all exactly the same. Obviously recoil is going to be enabled. Everything else is going to be enabled. Reduce spread with tap firing. More controlled trigger action means more controlled aim. Click continue. You got your lean right, lean left, keep that exactly the same. Your run state is where your rifle is going to be held. Your crouch state is where it's going to be held in that position as well. Click save, and now you've got a new gun. Perfect. So if we go back to the menu, we're going to click on training, we're going to go tasks, and we're going to go sandbox miscellaneous. We're going to click free play TC, and we're going to play this task. I'm not going to do it with any audio because I'm sure you can understand what the audio is going to sound like. Now when we got our weapon, we can select our custom TGD scar. So that's all the stuff that we've added in our own little rifle. We can play this task, and what this task is going to do is a free play. So there's 50 plus AI enemies, it's across a map, you run around, shoot as many of them as you can within the time limit, and it measures your accuracy, how many you kill, and how far away their average distance was. So we're going to click to begin, and we're going to quickly play through one, and we can have a look and see how our scar was. So running through the map, we got to find an enemy, find one, there's one up here, don't spam it, there we go, and there you go. The TGD scar didn't do too bad. We had 9 enemies killed, we did it at an average of 30 meters, and it was a pretty okay score. Now I'm sure that that's not the best score, but it was okay. So not only does Aimlab allow you to change different weapons, but it also allowed you to make custom playlists. So on those playlists, you can do different kinds of activities. You can use somebody else's playlists and make your own sort of warm-up routine. If you wanted to use this before a tournament and you know exactly what sort of stuff you need to work on before you play a tournament, then it's great and you can use it. But if you're not interested in that, then I mean, it's still pretty sick. It also allows you to share whatever playlist you've made. So if I make one, I can share with you, and I can play the one that you've made. So it gives you a really nice, flexible option to be able to play a bunch of different playlists without getting too bogged down with the same stuff, and it doesn't get too overly repetitive. Now, after the last month of me trying a bunch of different training modules, I did move up a rank. You heard me right, I moved up a rank. So I started off with Platinum 4, and at the end of the month, I'm at Platinum 3. I bet you saw that coming. Now, is that a big deal? Probably not. Did I expect more? Not really. If anything, I actually expected to drop a rank or two because that's just my style. Now, to answer the question, is Aimlab worth it? Yes or no? Completely depends on how you want to use it. If you want to use it exactly the same way that I have for the last month and only do it every now and then for half an hour or an hour, then probably not. I didn't see too much of an improvement over the last month that was noticeable enough for me to do this again. If I was doing this for 2 hours a day, would I see an improvement? Absolutely. I don't doubt that for a second. But for most of us who don't have 2 hours a day to play an aim trainer before our everyday games, then it's probably not worth it. Now, I just want to finish up with saying, is Aimlab a bad product? No, it's not. It's great. I actually had a lot of fun using it for the last 4 weeks, and if I had more time in my day-to-day schedule, I probably would use it a little bit more. Everyone's always looking to get an edge in whatever game they're playing, and if this is a good way to help, then go bananas. It's completely free and anybody can use it. In my books, that's a win. Now, as I said before, I do stream 3 days a week. If you want to come and check that out, we stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at twitch.tv/The Game Department. I will leave a link to that in the description. Feel free to come check it out. You may even have some fun. Also, if you want to be a part of our community on Discord, I'll leave a link to our server below. Come say what's up. We've got a bunch of great people, talk about games, talk about memes, we play a bunch of stuff together. You'll have fun. If you like this video, don't forget to leave it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of the content I post videos here every Thursday. Feel free to chuck a subscribe. Also put on the bell so you don't miss the next video. Other than that, guys, I'm going to leave you to it. I hope you have a good morning. I hope you have a good night. Bye!